welcome back to me talking about Joji's music, in particular the little universe he created in his videos. This time I don't want to dive too deep into the lyrics, I'm only gonna include like a little summary for the EP and album, but I'm mostly pointing out the to me seemingly important or interesting parts of the songs and music videos that could be connected or in relation to the Joji Universe. We have the EP in tongues and the album Bella's One to talk about. Let's dive right in and start chronologically with Will He.
All the knots all up in my chest, up in my chest.
Willy we already did mention in my previous video, guessing it may be connected to Slow Dancing in the Dark. So, as once already hinted at, there is a possibility that the angel in this video, besides being Joji's presumable ex-partner, may also be the one that's the reason behind the error in Joji's back in Slow Dancing in the Dark. The Romeo and Juliet vibes aside, she seems to play a Cupid figure. She herself has an arrow in the head, yet she is still alive, symbolizing she isn't literally dead, but her love for Joji is. Joji on the other hand hasn't been visibly shot yet, however he seems even more depressed than the girl, telling us therefore that even after a breakup that oneself decided to be the best choice doesn't make the love go away instantly, it still causes pain and heartbreak for said self, right?
You're taking my heart now.
For demons, just a quick note. I think it's pretty safe to say that the red creature seen here is supposed to be a demon chained to the floor of a swimming pool. After the next video, minus the demon, the scene will seem awfully familiar.
I see nothing out the window.
Right off the bat, we definitely can say that the visuals look really interesting and cool, but for the meaning behind the music video, it for sure took me a while to piece together my theory. From what I can make out in guesses, Joji seems to be connected to the blonde girl. The phone call and the line cutting off plus the chains on both of them are hinting at that. Just like the scenes where both are in the water and another one where she tries to grab him through a different dimension or something. The blonde girl then goes on to fight some random people that also all wear chains around their necks or have a chain symbol on them somewhere. Except the last girl, she only uses chains to battle against the blonde one. And even though the blonde girl doesn't actually lose, when the chains broke, simultaneously Joji also got released, meaning she got tricked and accidentally lost the bond between her and Joji. That also seems to be why shortly after her body cracks and she returns to a true form, a dragon or the shadow soul of one. But I don't really understand why exactly that creature and why she devours Joji or whatever is happening that the video is showing us. Does it maybe mean that she locked Joji up and somehow used him to get into human form? I don't know in the slightest, but as I said, really cool visuals. And not to forget, is the demon in the demon's video supposed to hint at the demon being Joji in the water, or him being what's left after Joji gets released, or is it simply a different pool? Now, before anything else, let's sum up the whole lyrical meaning of this EP with some lyrics, which to no one's surprise are quite depressing.
Will they treat you like shit just the way that I did? I did. I need you back. Where'd you go? I thought we lost forever. You're taking my heart now. You're taking my heart now. You don't gotta die so soon, so I'll just be here for you. I see nothing out the window. I just wanna stay forever. Please just let me leave forever. I find it hard to be myself. I shed my skin for everybody else. Now I don't give a fuck because of you, because of you. I can't do this face to face. But I'll admit that I'm afraid. I don't wanna waste my time if I can't make you decide. You're only on my mind when I need you.
That was nice, wasn't it? At last, what we definitely need to keep in mind from the music videos are the chains. The parts where Joji's underwater in window look like the cover art of In Tongues. Yet they reappear in Test Drive from the Ballads 1 album as well, which funnily, as I mentioned, also reminded me of the desert scenes in Run. But yeah, let's move on to Ballads 1.
I don't wanna front. I want my life into
slow dancing in the dark. Most important thing for me, the arrow. The Cupid girl from Will He finally shot him. Besides that, I think overall the video tries more to embody the lyrics than to show us any of the universe. But a little side note I do have is, Joji is dressed as a faun in this video, and I quickly wanted to look up what they stand for again. An explanation I found is, they ensure the fruitfulness of humans and animals. What you want to do with that information is up to you, it just felt like I needed to mention it.
She don't wanna tell lies. She don't wanna tell lies.
Okay, next we have Test Drive. The lyrics are pretty much about Joji wanting something serious, which the girl doesn't, as visually portrayed by Joji in a wedding dress, while his love interest looks all bad girl-like. We also see the chains again, as well as a pocket watch that seems to be of importance since it's shown many times in close-up, but I couldn't find it in any other video thus far. Maybe it just suggests the idea of him wanting more time for this relationship than he gets. For this one I want to point out one particular part of the lyrics.
See it on my face when I turn blue. So punish me, I'm hanging on your noose. So pull me up so I can breathe with you.
It heavily reminds me of the In Tongues cover yet again, plus the window MV, since some visuals look the same or have a similar creepy vibe to it. Also, but that's not something I would bet on, the way Joji and the female character are dressed here resemble the clothes from the girl in Test Drive, maybe metaphorically hinting that before Joji wanted more out of the relationship, he felt the same and wanted the same as her. Or after realizing the girl doesn't want commitment, he changed in her favor. In my opinion, the music video funnily portrays the changes one makes after a heartbreak to hopefully reinvent themselves. Plus, the clothes and roller skates he wears in the beginning seem to be the before of his slow dancing in the dark attire. At first rolling around happily in love, but then transformed, stumbling around broken and bleeding. Not to forget the cover art of the song as a single. It reminds us of good old Miss Cupid from Will He.
I'ma fuck up my life. I'ma fuck up my life. We gon' party all night. She don't care if I die.
Even though the video is very interesting, I don't think it has much of a correlation to the Joji Universe. Worth noting is though, it does have the same type of sad energy as Will He. Plus the fact that there are two different versions of him in the video, a kinda wasted and a little bit more put together looking one. They very well portray the "I'ma fuck up my life" lyrics, as the transformation between these two seem to be what's happening in the video. Okay, that was it for the music video parts. I have yet again put some lyrics together for my interpretation of the whole album. So let's listen.
Girl, would it kill you just to throw a little bit of attention? I thought I'd vocalize my troubles, but I'm running on the sun. I know I'm pretty good, I'm weird, let's work on offers and different. You should be with them, I can't compete. You look the way like I was so I'm looking for a long ride. She just wanna test drive. Are you feeling me slowly? You can take your fucking time. That I could be the one, but I won't be no fun if I can't have you, no one. I'ma fuck up my life. I'ma fuck up my life. We gon' party all night. She don't care if I die. You're not mine, you're not mine, you're not cool, you're not fine. And I don't have no more dreams. I drive around on my own. Feel dead, but I feel my bones. You don't really like me, no. And I don't really like people. No, you're better by default. Don't you come through? I would die for you. I would die for you. If I lost my life, you can blame it on me. Keep it past another my way. Another night, a lot more days. Hard to think about you anymore, but I keep you in my mind always. Better stay away. Stay away.
heartbreak, mourning, jealousy, and maybe a little bit of acceptance at certain points. I think he almost went through all the stages of grief in this album. So yeah, with the information we have now, let's try to piece together the whole story, starting at In Tongues all the way through Nectar. Joji experiences an extreme heartbreak. He can't seem to let the person or the memory of them go. The chains throughout the whole In Tongues EP are a sign for that. He got shot by Cupid, feels haunted by demons, and is chained to misery. A deadly situation. He goes through depressive episodes, thinks back to memories, and probably made up scenarios of the girl he lost. At any time he tries to change, he still receives only rejection, which drags his mood and confidence down even more, making me believe the imagery and literary of wanting to be or to be more like a robot, as we hear a few times in Nectar, could be understood in the way that he doesn't want to be stuck with all the emotions he's been feeling. He would rather be like someone who goes through life with the mind-focused thinking instead of the heart. And when he realizes that he doesn't want to waste any more time, he decides to get a job and build a successful career. He works hard, gets a taste of what fame and recognition brings along, and even though he feels stuck, frustrated, and maybe even scared, he goes through with it and reaches his goals. Yet, in one of his most important moments of his life, he makes an egoistic but definite decision to go off to space on his own. After all this time of hating to be alone and missing someone or something in his life, he consciously but maybe not very rationally chooses that, a life in solitude. Okay, I have to correct myself here a little bit because after watching a few of his videos again, I found a teaser for Nectar. The video looks like it's taking place at the Give Me Love music video site, and Joji seems to be overhearing something he doesn't like. Maybe his supervisors or other higher placed professionals are planning on making him do something he doesn't want to do or doesn't stand behind, and so therefore he decides to leave alone out of protest for his own free will and safety, and who knows, maybe for humanity in the greater scheme of things. Or he seriously just wants to be left alone. If he's with a crew now or not, I can't say, but I do have another theory I haven't mentioned yet about Sanctuary.
Wake up.
What if the life he's been living in that video is all just a dream and the real astronaut Joji is still on his own, going on space adventures, occasionally landing on a planet and maybe testing out if it's inhabitable? These moments being also the ones we see throughout some of the music videos in Nectar. In return, aliens either saw him coming to their planet, or they themselves decided to check out what's happening on Earth and if it's safe to visit. What happens after a bunch of them land on Earth is still open for interpretation, as Your Man is the last song in Nectar, and we haven't gotten any other clues as of now. So yeah, that's all I have. Where and how Joji is right now on the plan of the aliens are the mysteries left open. I hope I made sense, and if your theories differ from mine, I would be interested in hearing them. Thank you for watching and have a great day or night.